Blitz is back, and so is your front row seat for all the action.
From the sidelines to the end zone.
It's the best high school football coverage in the Blue Ridge. This is Friday Night Blitz on WFXR.
Time to get it on.
And hello everyone, I'm David DeGuzman, Sports Director Jermaine Farrell on assignment tonight. Welcome in to another edition of Friday Night Blitz, week number 9 to be precise. We're going to take you all over Southwest Virginia from Lynchburg to Covington, but we're going to start with our game of the week.
Now, the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by Don Hudson Insurance.
Let's head over to Floyd County. Winfred Beals Buffaloes hosting undefeated Radford. The Bobcats with the top seed in Region 2C right now. Floyd County on a 6-game winning streak after dropping its season opener. The Bobcats won last year's regular season and playoff meetings. We will pick things up in the first quarter. The Bobcats with the ball around the 20. Landon Clark with the keeper. He'll take it in for the score. Radford going up 7-0, but Floyd County responding with a 7-minute drive all the way down to the 10-yard line. Rylan Swartzel finding Caden Swartzel, who dives in for the score. And we are tied at 7. In the second quarter, Radford in the red zone. Clark throwing, finds Marcel Baylor, the future Hokie, for the touchdown. Cats going up 14-7. And then on 4th and 2, Buffaloes with the ball on the 24-yard line. Ryan Swartzel will take it all the way himself to the house for the touchdown, and we are tied at 14. Still in the first half, Radford with the ball around the 10-yard line as Clark will hit up Parker Prelo, who hits the juke, and into the end zone he goes. Bobcats going up 21-14 heading into the locker room. Fast forward now to the fourth quarter. Floyd down 7, able to get the ball back in the red zone. It's the Swartzel connection once again. The Buffaloes within 1. Floyd County trying to win this game. Going to go for the 2-point conversion, but they're stopped by the Bobcats. Radford going on a win 28-27 in a thriller. Ryan Moy catching up with winning head coach Michael Christ after the game.
Well, Coach, talk a little bit about this game. It went really down to the wire there, 28-27, but you guys remain undefeated. How's it feel?
It feels good. It feels good to escape out of here with a win. Credit to both teams. I thought the kids played a really physical game. I think we had some opportunities maybe to kind of pull away a little bit and didn't. Shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, but bottom line is I knew that was a good football team coming in. They're 6-1 for a reason. Obviously Coach Beal does an amazing job, and has done it for a long time. So, hats off to them. But, I think our kids battled really hard, and I think in reality we played well. We just shot ourselves in the foot a couple times.
All right, a quick and somber note from tonight's game. Radford's Marcel Baylor playing with a heavy heart after his dad passed away 10 days ago. This was the Bobcats' first game since the death of DJ Baylor. The Roanoke Times reporting he died from heart, kidney, and liver failure. We caught up with Marcel after the game.
This has been a little bit of a rough couple of weeks and a half, but you face adversity and you come out with a win. How does that feel?
It's hard. It's hard thinking about him. It's hard thinking about my dad. When I throw those 33s, man, it means a lot to me. It means the world for real. Like, I can't even explain it, man. It's just so crazy to even say that he's not here. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, all I can say is it's a blessing. We got guys that work hard every day. We got guys that don't give up. No matter. You've seen it. You've seen the circumstances we was in, and those guys in that locker room, they came out and they performed like they were supposed to.
Certainly our thoughts with the Baylor family, and an inspiring performance nonetheless from Marcel tonight. All right, before we continue, let's flash back to last night. Pulaski County making their second trip of the season to Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield, West Virginia, taking on the Graham G-Men. And the Cougars trying to stay above 500. Let's roll the tape. The G-Men, though, already up 21-7 going into the second half off of 2 defensive touchdowns. The G-Men trying to tack on 3 more, but Pulaski with the blocked field goal. That's a good thing for the Cougars. Tanner Mace picking up the ball. However, Pulaski can't overcome the deficit here. The Cougars fall to 4-4 with the 41-14 loss to Graham. Let's get back to action from tonight. Seminole District action. City Stadium in Lynchburg is where we're headed. EC Glass taking on Rustburg. The Hilltoppers have won the last 4 meetings. Glass already up by 6. George White with a deep throw to Sam Treacy for the touchdown, and it's 27-14 EC Glass, and the fans fired up about the Midtown boys. We go now to the third quarter. The Hilltoppers are on the doorstep. Handoff to Mike Thomas Jr., and he'll get through for the score. A 20-point lead for EC Glass, and the Hilltoppers not done yet. Tavion Carter with a touchdown here. Glass dominating with the 42-17 win over Rustburg, improving to 7-1 on the season. Coming up on Friday Night Blitz, first on the scene with the highlights, we'll take a tour of the River Ridge districts, including the battle for first in the district between Salem and Cave Spring. We've got more Friday Night Blitz, week number 9, after the break.
This is the Home Team Fan Cam, sponsored by Hometown Automotive Service. And now, back to the Blitz. Friday Night Blitz on WFXR.
Time to get it on.
And Friday Night Blitz week number 9 continues here on WFXR. Time to check in on the River Ridge District and the battle for first place. Salem hosting Cave Spring. The Knights coming off a huge win over Patrick Henry, while the Spartans well rested coming off the bye week. Cave Spring looking for its first win over Salem in over a decade, since 2010 to be exact. We'll pick things up in the second half. Spartans already up big and the lead getting bigger. Check out this run by Peyton Lewis. Nobody stopping him. He'll ease into the end zone for the 54-yard score, and it's 35-0 Salem. The Spartans defense just as strong as the offense. QB Landon Altizer trying to get something going for the Knights. He's brought down by Christopher Cole Jr. and Isaiah Barlow. What a 1-2 punch there. It was that kind of night at Salem Stadium. The home team continuing to pile on the points. Javion Jones gets the rock across the goal line for the score. 42-0 Salem at this point, but Cave Spring not shut out completely. Owen Sweeney gets the pass, and he is gone for the first and only touchdown of the night for Cave Spring as Salem dominates, winning 42-7. Back to Roanoke we go. Merrill Gaynor Field. Patrick Henry taking on Christiansburg. Both teams are 5-2 heading into this one. First quarter, we'll pick it up. Patriots leading 7-0. Look who comes out of traffic to score. That's Curtis Altizer, who dives his way into the end zone. We are tied at 7 apiece. Now to the second quarter. PH on the drive, and it's Joseph Beasley who throws to his left, finds Josiah Kimbrough, who finishes the job. The Patriots back out in front, 14-7. Then later in the second, Blue Demons with the ball, but there is a fumble, and it's picked up by the boys in blue. Number 20, John Miller Penn with the scoop and score. Patrick Henry going on to win this one, 37-14, your final. Covington High School played their first home football game back in 1911. 111 years later, the Cougars wrapping up the home part of the schedule, playing their final game ever at KC Field as they take on the Perry McClure Fighting Blues. So the end of an era tonight. Covington and Allegheny High Schools next year will merge as one and become the Allegheny Cougars. So for one final time, let's do it at KC Field. We'll pick it up at the start of the second quarter. Purcell Turner taking the snap. He punches it in for 6 and follows that up with a 2-point conversion. So Covington up 8-0. Then 2 minutes left in the half. Covington would find the end zone on the ground again. This time, Des Jordan keeps it. Purcell Turner again rushing for the 2-point conversion after. Covington up 16-0, and what a way to say goodbye to KC Field as Covington with its first win of the season, a 32-0 shutout over Perry McClure.
It's time for the Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, sponsored by Tater Benson of MKB Realtors.
Well, this week's athlete ran all over the competition. Not only did he run for over 180 yards and 5 touchdowns, he also tied the Cougars' record for most touchdown runs in a game again in his team's 48-7 win over Blacksburg last Friday. And guess what? He's your Player of the Week.
Trevor Burton, running back, Pulaski County High School. You know, we were pretty confident at the beginning of the season about the game in general, but you know, our O-line did their job, and that's what made me be able to do as good as I can do. And then just like having the coaches and the quarterback to believe in me and, you know, read the key and make stuff happen. And so the announcer said, you know, Trevor Burton has the all-time leading rushing record in a single game, and that's whenever I knew about it. I was actually really shocked, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to beat it, to be honest with you, but you know, it's actually pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it. And, you know, I was actually shocked that I even beat the Hidden Valley record. To be honest with you, I didn't know until the end of the game. But you know, I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm still going for more records. That was actually the goal to get 300 rushing yards in a game anyway. But I accomplished it in the Hidden Valley game.
What does this team mean to you?
It means a lot, actually. You know, going into it, you know, I've had kind of since my freshman year, I had 3 coaches, and then going into a whole different offense that I've never even played before. It's pretty crazy, especially how the teams, like all of us, how we went from a spread to, you know, kind of closed in, and you know, we all been able to fix it, you know, make stuff happen. My dad, he got me into football, and it just kind of overwhelmed me, and then I really liked football ever since. That's the guy I look up to, you know. It makes me want to push myself and do better. Seeing that everybody support about everybody, even that coach and everybody, all the teammates and all that stuff, you know, just it's actually a big push, you know. It makes us want to do better. We face a lot of adversity. You know, changing the offense, like I said, you know, that just I guess it kind of set a fire, really, just to make everybody do good, and, you know, want to prove, you know, people wrong, you know, that we're going to do good.
And now, the Maca Did It Play of the Night, sponsored by McAdoo's.
And for the Maca Did It Play of the Night, you know how we always love a scoop and score. This comes from the Patrick Henry Christiansburg game. The fumble by the Blue Demons, picked up by the boys in purple. John Miller Penn with the scoop and score. Patrick Henry going on to win this one 37-14, the final. And the scoop and score is your Maca Did It Play of the Night.
And now, Friday Night Blitz, Unsung Hero, sponsored by the Army National Guard. Always ready, always there.
And tonight we're saluting a heroine, North Cross athletic trainer Holly Marshall, who was nominated by North Cross head football coach Stephen Alexander. And he says Holly is such an important addition to the Raiders football team, as well as the entire athletic program at North Cross. Extremely knowledgeable, cares deeply about North Cross athletes, has developed a bond with all the players that she's worked with, quiet and unassuming, never seeking the spotlight. Congratulations to North Cross athletic trainer Holly Williams, this week's Friday Night Blitz Unsung Hero. And if you have a suggestion for an unsung hero, send your candidate along with a picture to my email address, Jermaine's or Ryan's, all 3 of them. You can see it right there. All right, let's look ahead to action tomorrow on the gridiron. Liberty football getting set for a matchup of biblical proportions. The Flames hosting BYU at Williams Stadium. The school says tomorrow's game is the first sellout in program history. At least 25,000 fans expected. Kickoff is set for 3:30. All right, how about some hockey? Yeah, hockey on Friday Night Blitz. The Relier Dogs are back after that remarkable run to the SPHL Finals back in the spring. Tonight, taking on Fayetteville. The Dogs trailed the Marksmen after the first period, then fired off 3 goals in the second, including the one you're about to see there. They went on to win 4-2, so an opening night win for Roanoke at the Berglund Center. Always love when hockey is in season. Well, that will do it for this edition of Friday Night Blitz. Plenty of college football tomorrow, by the way. We've got VMI and Liberty in action. We'll have all the highlights and scores from tonight on WFXRTV.com after the show, but that'll do it. I'm David de Guzman. Have a great night and weekend.